Are you struggling to conceive? You have options, and at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group, we'll make sure you have the guidance and support you need. PREG is known for individualized fertility care that's unique to every patient. We take the time to provide a reassuring and empowering experience because we believe that you deserve nothing less. Let us help you on your journey to parenthood. Visit us at pregonline.com to learn more. Get the guidance and support you need at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group.
Come Back to Life, written by Carl Munson and read here by the author. Preface. You may have noticed that the people of the world, the POWs, have traded in their natural joy of life and peace, love and vitality for the compromise of living, recognizable as comfort, convenience, boredom, and restlessness. This book was written for you if you can't carry on with the living death that this terrible trade-off amounts to. It is for you if you sense there is more to life than just getting by within the predictable ways of the world. If you're reading this, it's likely that you are or have been involved with some kind of personal growth, change, development, therapy, etc., or the New Age movement. Your commitment to personal transformation and experience of the world have brought you to a new place. From here, you have the opportunity to leap into the void, beyond compromise and change, into the unknowable yet experienceable full glory of life. Introduction. Come Back to Life takes the form of 100 shots of wisdom written for the 21st century, the internet generation, the humans who absorb information and ideas very quickly and want to get straight to the point, the sort of people who get unhappy in the absence of solutions much faster than any previous generation. You could call me a postmodern mystic, and my style of writing is about helping you get it as quickly as possible, even though it may take you the rest of your life to live it. The book has 3 parts. Part 1, The End of Compromise. Part 2, Seeing Beyond Change. And Part 3, Living Life in the Void. Should you need clarification on anything in this book, you can reach me by email at cb2l@carlmunson.com. Here's to life. Part 1, The End of Compromise. The end of compromise. Welcome to the beginning of the end of if only. Why me? One day. Escaping the treadmill. You're on a treadmill, the mechanics of the compromise of living. You feel gridlocked by your circumstances and mounting pressure. The treadmill is getting faster. You need to work harder. It's got so fast that jumping off now appears too dangerous. You don't have enough time to be ill. A heart attack seems the only honorable exit. But look up, ahead, above you, 2 handles. One labeled, "What are you doing?" The other, "Why are you doing it?" They are coming towards you. Quick, jump and grab them both. You're off the treadmill, suspended by 2 firmly anchored reference points. Don't let go. Use them. Pull yourself up through a hole in the ceiling and into a mysterious yet strangely familiar place called life. What are you tolerating? Although you may appear to be tolerating many things in your life, there's only one true toleration. That single and persistent toleration is the acceptance of anything less than the excellence, the full-on bliss that life has to offer, the full glory that life is offering you right now. And that, put in another way, is the compromise of living. Make a break from that deadly tendency now. Identify and give up one attachment or habit in your life that you know in your heart is a compromise. The power freed there will enable you to take action in and on further areas until none remain. How about it? Deadlines. There's only one true deadline: death. All other deadlines around which most of the Western world now revolves are mind games. A little bit of excitement to pep up and make meaningful the tedious pursuits of modern man. When did you last see a flower, ant, or tree rushing to meet a deadline? The big one will come and find you, so why torment yourself with man-made notions of beginnings and ends? There is no place for those mental threats in the eternal now. The human race. Are you winning? If you see yourself as a winner, enjoy it while it lasts. You'll be a loser one day. If you're a loser, why are you doing this to yourself? And your opponents? You're only racing against yourself in the living form of your own ideas. Although living has a start and finish line, life itself is not a race. Life allows you a beautiful seat in the grandstand where you can view the ridiculous drama of all the brief moments of glory as well as the humiliating depths of defeat. Why not take a seat and enjoy a day at the races? The happy little soul. What happened to you? What happened to that happy little soul who used to play in the sand, the rock pools, and mud? Did you grow up? Did you get serious? Something happened, didn't it? Are you a happy big soul these days? At some point, you let the world come down on you. You became adulterated. Don't worry. The happy little soul is still in there somewhere. You won't find him or her, however. He or she will be revealed as you release the world that has built up in and on you. Torture chamber. Stories and pictures of torture chambers are understandably shocking. But did you know that you carry around your own mental chamber of horrors? Yours consists of the unresolved pain, projecting worry and disabling fear that is far more real than the stories and pictures that shock you. Your chamber, until closed down or at least in the process of closure, will hold you back and veil the full glory of life that is naturally yours. I want to shock you, for until you are alerted and present to the fact that your personal self-torture chamber is screwing your life up, you'll pretend that everything is okay and there is no need to take action. Begin by acknowledging it exists and that to some extent you have made it normal for yourself to be regularly hurt, stressed, and scared through your own mental effort. Once seen, you can commit to being free of it. Grace or force? Which power do you work with? Do you do it and have it your way or the way? You can't have it both ways. For example, can you hear? That's grace. If you're already listening, that's force. Can you see? That's grace. If you're already watching, that's force. Let go just a little bit. Let some grace permeate your white knuckle, forceful grip on life. See that your life will not fall apart if you reduce the amount of force you have become accustomed to using. Look who's talking. Those voices in your head. Who's talking when you hear yourself think? Mum, dad, brother, sister, boss, partner. Isn't it time you let go of all these phantoms? You make them stronger and more believable by conversing with them. Outside, your living circumstances are also talking to you. Now there's a conversation worth having. Where are you going? You might already be there, or at least nearer to your ideal state than your dismal mind will have you believe. Stop going for it. Stop chasing. Stop searching. Be what you already are under the chronic complication of that seeking self. The key to freedom, the truth, is not out there. The key to freedom is locked inside the cell with you. Target practice. Have you noticed how some people think it's okay to use you as a target for their irritation, frustration, or anger? Do you, from time to time, innocently wander into anyone's emotional rifle range? Were you ever caught up in the contemptuous crossfire that had little or nothing to do with you? It's getting more common in a world where war is as much, if not more, interpersonal than international. Perhaps the time has come to step out of range and seek more peaceful situations. And by the way, are you taking liberties, literally, by taking pot shots at anyone? Let us count the ways. Number 1, sex. Number 2, alcohol. 3, drugs. 4, gossip. 5, style. 6, fashion. 7, conceptual art. 8, research. 9, opinions. 10, debates. 11, discussions. And 12, newer, better, quicker versions of any of the above. How many more ways can we invent to hide the true beauty of life? None of these conditioners will go away. They are the ways of the world. and at times enjoyable. You, however, can move away from them as you find a more stunning and profound state within. Existential minefield. Many, if not most, of the persons out there are emotional bombs waiting to go off. You may have noticed this in the form of outbursts, tiffs, rage, brawls, and even loud, sulky silences. All of it suddenly blasting off and sending emotional shrapnel deep into anyone within range. It may be followed by reluctant or even profound apology, yet, more often than not, a defense of the cause. I'm under a lot of pressure. You asked for it, and what do you expect? Tell these people, if you can, that you won't have it in your life. Why should you put up with it? But more importantly, see if you are an emotional terrorist. And wherever and whenever you are, for God's sake, give it up, not out. God's gift. Question: what happened when God gave man a spirit? Answer: man created religion. Question: what happened when God gave man the earth and nature? Answer: man created the world, art, and entertainment. Question: what happened when God gave man woman? Answer: man created business. Question: what happened when God gave man life? Answer: man created belief in physical death, and so on. Can you accept the gift without trying to improve or claim it? Gone mental. To call someone mental is quite an insult where I grew up. Yet, how much of your time do you spend in your mind? You probably don't even notice anymore. Any thinking, conceptualizing, worrying, considering, etc. is mental, and you were taught to be mental long ago. Now, if you try to stop, your well-developed mental physique rejects your authority, and it usually wins. Face it, you are mental. Sanity is to be free of thought, and that will take some practice. I think, therefore I am unhappy, or even happy, because these states are states of mind generated by the thinker as a superimposition. They cunningly smother the natural joy which requires no thought, only being from you. Despite the thinker's assertion expressed as panic or anxiety, you will not die if you stop thinking. It's the thinker that will die as you kick his or her nasty habit. Perhaps that's why he or she creates such a desperate dependency, a little bit of excited fantasy or imagination, and you got hooked. And then such a fuss when he or she is finally exposed and consigned to death row. Feeding time. What's getting fed by your current situation? Your fear, your sense of lack, your illusory low self-esteem, or the love and life in you? This is an important question because whatever you feed grows. Bring and share. You're a guest here at the party of life and you brought yourself as a gift. What are you sharing? Your troubles, doubts, and fear? Or your joy, love, and beauty? Even if you are hiding in the kitchen, your contribution as presence or lack of it will be noticed, and mostly by you. Like there's no tomorrow. Is there a tomorrow? No, of course not. There's only now. You assume, however, that because yesterday's tomorrow seemed to materialize as today, only as a trick of the mind, of course, it always will. And within your assumption, you can avoid the full glory of life now by banking on another new tomorrow tomorrow. In truth, tomorrow never comes, and you know it. It's always now, now. Nonetheless, caught up in the time-traveling habit, you start to tread water or backpedal and thereby stop short of a full measure in love and life when it doesn't suit you. When will you start to live like there's no tomorrow? High on hope. Are you a hopium addict? Do you gamble on and invest energy into a future you can't be sure you'll ever see? Do you sleep through the present, trusting that there is something to look forward to? Why live in hope when you can live in the now? Coping beats hoping, because coping at least faces and deals with the facts, whilst hope dreams on, up and away. Dare you kick the hoping habit? Charity begins at home. What makes people so sure that charitable acts will improve anything? Perhaps the best you can do as an act of charity is see that you, yourself, are not a burden to anyone else. Why not start at home and clean up your own mess? That way, you'll create a tangible effect that can be enjoyed by you and those around you, rather than the supposed fantastic effort of alleviating suffering somewhere else in the world. A sleight of hand where you are tempted by the insidious tools of guilt and avoidance. Beginning at home is a tougher option than tossing a few coins in a tin, especially when it comes to ending your own emotional suffering and outbursts.
Why don't more infant formula companies use organic, grass-fed whole milk instead of skim? Why don't more infant formula companies use the latest breast milk science? Why don't more infant formula companies run their own clinical trials? Why don't more infant formula companies use more of the proteins found in breast milk? Why don't more infant formula companies have their own factories instead of outsourcing their manufacturing? We wondered the same thing. So we made ByHeart, an infant formula company on a mission to get a lot closer to the most superfood on the planet, breast milk. Our patented protein blend has more of the important and most abundant proteins actually found in breast milk. We're the first and only US-made formula to use organic, grass-fed whole milk, not skim. We even conducted the largest clinical trial by a new infant formula company in a quarter century, with clinically proven benefits like easier digestion, less spit up, and softer poops versus a leading infant formula. And we make our own formula in the USA and our very own factories in Iowa, Oregon, and Pennsylvania. ByHeart, a better formula for formula. Learn more at byheart.com. Why don't more infant formula companies use organic, grass-fed whole milk instead of skim? Why don't more infant formula companies use the latest breast milk science? Why don't more infant formula companies run their own clinical trials? Why don't more infant formula companies use more of the proteins found in breast milk? Why don't more infant formula companies have their own factories instead of outsourcing their manufacturing? We wondered the same thing. So we made ByHeart, a better formula for formula. Learn more at byheart.com.
If you're courageous enough to try this, your attachment will be painfully tested, yet the reward will be universally sweet. No joy. There is no joy in the world. That's because it's all locked up in the people, well concealed under their layers of pain and conditioning. Why doesn't somebody tell them and run the risk of heaven being let loose? Gridlock. Do you recall those childhood puzzles where you slide jumbled tiles around within a grid to form a complete and coherent picture? It's the missing piece that provides the dynamic in this toy. The one little space allows you to move the rest of the tiles around. If the puzzle represented your way of living, does it feel like there's no space in which to move and make sense of the big picture? Are you gridlocked by one too many pieces, too many things going on? Perhaps the time has come to punch a space out so life can flow once more. Doesn't matter which one, any of your cherished problems, just pick one and let it go. Kill it. Forget it and give life a chance to flow once more in your gridlocked existence. The facts of life. It's time you heard the facts of life. The facts are the answers to these questions. How much money do you have? Does your partner love you? Really? Are you content in your work? These are just three of the inescapable facts of your life, ever changing in form yet ever present as truth in your life. Facing the facts releases power. Resistance is futile. Acceptance is fertile. How to stop failing. If you want to stop failing, stop being a failure. See that you simply do what you do and that failure is an interpretation added to the fact of your doing. Realize that being a failure is how you pour your power, your sweet life, down the drain. Although it seems a cruel world took over your power and made you feel small, it was you who gave it up willingly to justify your habit of self-judgment. You've never really failed. You've just lost interest many times in the tedious pursuit of living. In the ceaseless flow of life, there's no need to stop and judge yourself. No time for failure. Move on. Do what you do. What is served by looking back? What's your problem? Whatever it is, know it's yours and that the key to being free of it lies in your appetite for and attachment to problems. Let go. Why hold on so tight and energize your difficulties with such commitment? Connect with the power of life, and the emotional glue that holds you and your problems together will be weakened, slowly but surely. Creature comfort. Despite the comfort and convenience of our society and its attempts to insulate its members from the power of life, there is no escape. Although the effects of living can be attenuated, as demonstrated by the attractive and alluring lifestyles of the rich and famous, the power of life cannot be avoided for long. Resistance is ultimately painful. And ironically, acceptance is painful too. Yet facing and accepting life as it is, as always, is the beginning of the end, and the end of pain as you know it now. Worry not. Did you ever worry because for a moment you forgot what you were supposed to be worrying about? Don't worry, it'll come back to you. If, as the old folks say, it was important, you'll remember it. But who in your life is deciding what is important? Is it your worrying mental self, the one that ties you up in knots? Or is something more powerful emerging within you that can see importance anew? Do you act your rage? What gets you raging? Junk mail, computers and viruses, roads and traffic, slow pedestrians on busy pavements, your partner, your children, your parents, sexual frustration. What if all these problems that drive you to rage existed to alert you to your ignorance, rather than as obstacles in the way of your goals and plans? Your rage is telling you something. Can you hear it? What's your poison? Number 1, TV. Number 2, alcohol. 3, dope. 4, free love. 5, personal growth. All these anesthetics keep you impure and hide the untruth in your life, those issues that you won't face, to which you are most attached. Better the devil you know. Does the devil you know feel good? It's the familiarity that comforts you, not the activity. And as you know, familiarity breeds contempt. Life's ups and downs. As I assaulted the mediocrity of the compromise of living, a friend of mine asked me, "What's so wrong with the ups and downs?" One of the much quoted characteristics of the compromise. I replied, "The downs." And as has been amply demonstrated to mankind since time began, what goes up must come down. Yet by grace and beyond the gravitational pull of compromise awaits an orbit of continuous serenity. Come and get it. Will you wait for life to come and get you? Or will you make the first move? The end is nigh. The end of your problems and negativity is nigh. The end of faith, belief, and trust. Abandon hope too. Part 2, Seeing Beyond Change. In this section, I want to simplify a range of personal growth and New Age concepts that, though engaging and seductive, are unnecessarily complicated. It's time to move on, yet go nowhere. New Agers, spiritual hobbyists, and workshop junkies, beware. Life made simple. Life is not complicated. You are. Time to simplify. Enlightenment made simple. Enlightenment is easy. The problem is the ignorance that stands in its way. And just as it took time to create, your ignorance will take time to uncreate. So no need to seek enlightenment. Seek instead to be free of your ignorance, and enlightenment will emerge like the light at the edge of the forest as soon as you get past the trees. Spirituality made simple. The spiritual path is about purpose, not procedure or ritual. Going through the motions will create a good illusion or feeling, but true change or transformation is profound and often disturbing. It's not a question of how, the right haircut, affirmation, or organization. It's more a question of whether you will take yourself on, even when the path gets steep and dangerous. And while we're on the path, there is no path that deserves to be called spiritual. Spiritual being is now, no distance, no path. Any path is the illusory journey through your ignorant self in time that reveals the eternal now within you, right where you are now, apart from any obscuring ideas, including paths. Natural law made simple. All breakages must be paid for. You don't get away with anything. No one gets away with anything. Through human eyes, baddies may appear to get away with murder, quite literally. Your indignation arises out of the fact that human eyes were never very good at seeing the big picture. Human eyes serve the person, not the cosmos. How can you possibly understand natural law and the cosmic intelligence? Those wondrous powers continue to take care of everything long after you've lost interest. Faith made simple. Faith is fine until you start thinking about it. That journey, that plane, those people, this part of town were all fine until you got off with your thinker and turned them into a set of disasters. Faith is best left alone, just like the growing of hair. Consciousness made simple. Here's a formula. I am X, where I equals pure consciousness, that's life, and am equals the process of becoming personal, which is change, and X, for example, happy, sad, good or bad, has become personal, i.e. the compromise. Come back to I, come back to life. Meditation made simple. Forget the lotus position for now. Far more important are stop. How do you know you've been moving until you stop? Look. See what's going on in there without thinking about it. Find the good. Listen. No judging. Enjoy. Stop, look, listen. It's as difficult as that. Evolution made simple. Are you trying to put yourself at the cutting edge of evolution? Do you believe that humanity is standing at a historical crossroads poised to take the next evolutionary step? Forget it. It's all been done. What you feel in relation to this evolutionary myth is your own personal growing consciousness. All that's changing is the way you, the individual, sees things. Patience made simple. Do you have a weight problem? When you find yourself at the back of a queue, do you see a damn nuisance or a blessed relief ahead of you? Do you make a meaning or theory like, I don't have enough time, or why does this always happen to me when I'm in a hurry? Or do you take instinctive action, like letting your shoulders drop, breathing out and accepting the facts of your life as they are in that moment? Just seconds later, the whole situation can change, but not if you hold on to it by trapping it with your meanings. Simple time management. You can't get behind if you finish on time. You have the same amount of time every week, 168 hours, just like everyone else. Perhaps you didn't plan to work for 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week. You just worked for as long as you could get away with. What are you avoiding apart from rest? Near death simplified. Life is a near-death experience because death is never far away. Near-life experiences are far more rare. Anger made simple. Anger is the pus, not the infection. I don't want pus in my life, mine or yours. So let's clean up not only the evidence, but also the source of the infection. The source of the infection is your unresolved pain looking to attach and express itself through any possible circumstance. How do you clear it up for good? Keep cleaning it up as soon as you notice any oozing. Disinfect and consciously stay away from any contagious germ-breeding situations, painful, infected people, as well as the past and its insidious reminders. Now made simple. As a person, you are behind the times. The trouble with the present, for the mind at least, is that it can't be seen, heard, touched, tasted, or smelt. Everything you can sense is already in the past. In the time it took to reach your ears, eyes, fingertips, tongue, or nose and get processed by the brain, it's gone. Only the immediacy in you, your very being, can be with the present. Tantric sex made simple. Our society is literally fucked up. We're a long way from the tantric truth of physical lovemaking. The consequences of aggression, frustration, and shame, for starters, are here for all to see and suffer. Very rarely do we come together as man and woman to consciously express and share love. Lovemaking has become sex-taking, as the partners have become accustomed to trading relief, usually under the anesthetic of alcohol or fantasy. Dare you leave the lights on, keep your eyes open, and stay present to love as it is evoked through your conscious physical union. Can you really be with your partner? Could you make a space for true love in your life by telling them you can't compromise anymore? Can you bear to be screwed and fucked by your lover any longer? Art made simple. The true artist sees a thing as it is. To see in this pure way is the transcendental key. The art of living is the transcendence of nature. The art of life is the transcendence of living. Be careful if you want to be a conceptual artist. The conceptual artist sees things as he or she wants to. Eden, made simple. Adam, the one man with billions of faces. Eve, the one woman with billions of faces. The garden, their life together. The tree of life, love, alive now. The apple, a taste or sense of love. The tree of knowledge, the ability to think about the taste of love. The snake, the fork-tongued encouragement of thought and self-consciousness. Affirmations made simple. Are you ready to give up the delaying tactic of affirmations? Affirmations are an attempt by the mind to control or influence itself. Kicking your own ass is not a transcendental occurrence. Affirmations give the so-called higher or heightened self a generated or created empowerment that offers comfort, pride, or limited satisfaction. And while you may have discovered an alluring technique for interpreting your reality, it cannot be sustained. You must affirm the I. If you must affirm the I and nothing else. Karma made simple. Karma is as straightforward and practical as the washing up that is created when you cook a meal. Everything you do has a consequence which can be faced now or avoided now and faced later. What's the big deal? A lot of avoidance is a big deal. God made simple. God is everything and nothing. You can't know everything and nothing. As soon as God is known as something, hell breaks loose, religion, war, dogma, etc. Hence all the trouble with faith in something or belief in something. God cannot be known. God can be experienced. You can experience everything and nothing. God is fulfilling. When did faith or belief ever fulfill beyond any doubt? God, like true love, is the love of everything or nothing. To love something is to know something, and thereafter, pain.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Hey guys, it is Ryan. I'm not sure if you know this about me, but I'm a bit of a fun fanatic when I can. I like to work, but I like fun too. It's a thing. And now the truth is out there. I can tell you about my favorite place to have fun. Chumba Casino. They have hundreds of social casino style games to choose from with new games released each week. You can play for free anytime, anywhere. And each day brings a new chance to collect daily bonuses. So join me in the fun. Sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Money made simple. Earn at least as much as you spend. That should keep it simple and unemotional. Money, like death, is one of society's emotional free-for-all zones. Money, like death, is one of society's emotional free-for-all zones. You can be as upset as you like and get as much sympathy as you want when it comes to the struggle with and the loss of money. Keep it simple and you won't give yourself the opportunity to indulge yourself. Peace made simple. Give up on world peace for a moment. It's just an idea. The peace you seek is within you. All I am saying is give inner peace a chance. It's the only peace you'll ever know. The pursuit of world peace will make you miserable when just 100 yards from your door, two kids, drunks, nationalists, racists, sexist, sports fans, etc., start a fight and spoil your plans. Purpose made simple. Life purpose. To be one with life now. Your job, however impressive or lofty, is a formality. Enjoy it by all means, but don't be seduced. Don't stick to your day job. There's more to life than making a living. Your calling is what life is calling you to do. So start listening. Death made simple. Dying is letting go. 1 of your body, 2 of your ideas, 3 of anything, and 4 of everything. You can't let go of nothing. The nothing you are will never die. Do stuff, yet be nothing, and death will never find you. Goal setting made simple. Life itself is your goal. All other goals are an overlay, a mental delaying tactic, and more evidence of the compromise of living. To come to life, you must want it more than any obsessive completion of to-do lists and meeting deadlines, of becoming a millionaire or achieving or finishing anything. All those things may or may not happen. So what? Why should you care if you're in touch with the ultimate reality and glory of being alive? Happiness made simple. Could it be that happiness comes from letting life happen and accepting what it brings your way? Food made simple. Giving up coffee, sugar, fat, and trying to lose weight will not get you your life back. Although you may experience a sense of victory, those pursuits are like rearranging the furniture on the Titanic. Whatever you do to the body, if your mind is still the captain, you're headed for an iceberg. And I don't mean lettuce. Your worst dietary habit is the continued swallowing of compromise. Cut down on that, and the superficial intake will change as it needs to. Did you really think that munching on a leaf would heal a dishonest relationship? Light made simple. Are you a shadow of your former self or a farmer of your shadow self? Either way, get out of there quick. For God's sake, come into the light now and revel in the joy of life. Leave the problems of yesterday where they belong, in the past. Feelings made simple. Feelings, nothing more than feelings. Is your life a touching or a touchy business? Do you feel your presence, or do you tend to make your presence felt? Remember, you are not your feelings. The thinker who does the feeling uses your body like a hotel. He checks in, has a ball, and when he's had his fun, he sneaks out without paying and leaves you to clean up after him. Tell him he's not welcome anymore. You can't have feelings and be present to the joy of life in the same body at the same time. Commitment made simple. To be alive is to be committed to the game of life. How about taking on the ultimate living commitment? Do what you have to do and do it without the mental merry hell of thinking about it. All other ideas of commitment are likely to be your or someone else's way of getting some personal objective met. Personal commitment has its place, but way beneath the commitment to living life as life lives itself, doing what it does without thinking about it. Intimacy made simple. Intimacy is no big deal. Do you really want to know your partner's and friends' most intimate secrets? I don't. I can watch TV and read the newspapers to find out what goes on unchecked in the minds of confused people, and that distance suits me just fine. What I do want is to be intimately connected to love and life, to have nothing closer to me than joy, beauty, and truth. And I love to be in the company of anyone who is there too. Now that's what I call intimacy. Self made simple. When you wake up, you put yourself on. See how you do it. Observe as each interaction in your daily life calls forth another and another defensive and inauthentic gesture or pose. Under observation, you'll get more conscious and start leaving parts of yourself off. Wow, what a relief. Green made simple. Why are so many environmentalists and Greens who profess to love the earth so often angry, miserable, and depressed? Surely a true love of the earth and its spirit would amount to a carefree and joyous existence. Yet, as can be seen so clearly in the Green movement, the bitterness soon creeps in as love of the earth is eclipsed by a worldly frustration. To be green and joyful is to have spiritual depth. Life is here now to enjoy now, and any care for the future plays straight into the devil's hands. What lasts is life itself, and to love life is the way out of the grey depression. Be responsible in the moment as best you can, and watch out for that earnest green streak that will surely bring you down with guilt and fear. Denial made simple. Are you in denial? I hope so. Contrary to the claims of many mind workers, I say denial works. To accept the shadow side, embrace your fear, or love your weakness is to miss the point. Being has no duality, no good side, let alone a bad side. Being is pure. So technically, to be is to deny that which you are not. Yet trying to deny brings you back to doing again. It's a matter of floating over the opportunity to deny or not deny and never setting foot in either camp. The baggage made simple. People say, that's just my stuff talking, or that's one of my issues, a sure way to exhaustion. It must take a lot of effort to drag those filing cabinets around and haul them into the beauty of the moment, only to douse the purity of now with past pain. Shut the cabinet, throw away the key, stop whenever you're tempted to share that stuff. Aren't you bored of it by now? Everyone else is, unless, of course, they have their story to trade with you. Part 3. Living life in the void. Living life in the void. This is where it gets very subtle. A minefield or mind field of seeming contradictions and palpable limitation. Words belong in the previous 2 sections. In this section, they point the way into the void, but have no place there. Use them as a springboard. Don't take them with you or try to remember them, as they will just pull you back into the place of compromise and change where words exist and have their use. Welcome to the abyss. Surrender. Spiritual words. Spiritual truth is written when awake, to be read when asleep. Get some perspective. Although your life may be in a mess, you are not a mess. Anything you can see, like the mess your life is in, exists in your awareness. Your awareness, the distance between you and your conditions, is the beginning of true power and responsibility for you. Any identification with your mess taints and ultimately overwhelms you. You become it. Moving back, not away from your mess, seeing it from a distance as facts, you get a fresh and enabling perspective. Your life can then be a response to facts, not feelings or interpretations, the mess or the nightmare, etc. It becomes an opening, not a pit or rut dug for yourself by yourself. Accept what you have, do what you have to do, be all that you are. Take it or leave it. How much goodness will you allow in your world as the full glory of life starts to dawn on you? How much goodness will you allow in your world as the full glory of life starts to dawn on you like the rising sun? How long will it be before guilt or fear kicks in and starts to sabotage your newfound sense of peace and joy? Inevitably, coming from the world of compromise where the everyday people have been conditioned to have very low expectations spiritually and high expectations materially, your notions of what you deserve will come to bear. Remember, however, the joy of life as experienced within comes as standard, and when a thought arises about the joy of life and your continuous enjoyment of it, you will have an immediate choice to return to the joy now or develop the thought into the emotional realm of doubt, guilt, and bitterness. The choice is yours, and you'll get no end of practice. Pain comes as standard. Suffering is optional. As a physical being, which you must be to be reading this, you get physical pain. That's how it is. As such, you may say from time to time, ouch, oh well, I live and learn. Beyond that, however, you have taken the unnecessary step of becoming an emotional being, the one who says, why me? And it's not fair, the one who takes life personally. The good news is you don't have to do it anymore. The bad news is such an ingrained habit, it will take a while to stop. It's up to you, of course. You may not want to become what your emotional being labels a robot. It would do. Why would the emotional dictator say, okay, fair enough, I'll give you your power back. I've had my fun. It won't. Your conscious power will at some point have to say, I'm here for the full glory of life. Give it to me straight. Enough pain. Out of your mind. All mental approaches to solving your problems, which are all in your mind, are doomed to failure. If you want to come back to life, you must be out of your mind. Don't be surprised when your friends and family, who still live in the compromise, tell you so. Joy begins now. Bliss starts right here and right now, or never. Your salvation, resurrection, bliss, joy, nirvana, heaven, enlightenment is here, hidden under your inability or reluctance to know and realize it. And it must start with you. Don't do it for your children, your loved one, the world, etc., because you can't. They will do it for themselves when and if they are ready. You are not a sinner and no one needs suffer on your account. That's just too complicated and unreliable. Just be what you are and be free of what you are not. That's it. That's all. Where do you come from? Do you know the difference between a response and a reaction? Where you come from in this context is not your country of origin, more your place of birth in the metaphysical and emotional terms. The human condition creates subtle yet fundamental positions founded on past experience, bounded by the pursuit of pleasure and avoidance of pain, which are then ingrained by persistent use. Unchecked, unobserved, or unknown, these founded, bounded, and resounded positions can govern our reflexes in relation to life situations and prompts. Next time life treads on your toe, where will you come from? Will you be original and respond to the facts? Oh well, live and learn. Or react in your predictable way and deepen your reactive rut? Why me? Shit happens. Bang! Something or someone has pulled the rug from under you and you react rather than respond. Your best laid plans are in ruins. Your magnificent possibility for life has been shattered. You give up, or do you? In these moments of truth, you need to get still and you need to get clear. Simply look at what happened. Between where you are and what you want is what stops you. And what stops you is your old self that doesn't want you to change. This old self turns what happened, the facts, into the shit. That happens. It is the killer, judge, and jury that turns everything to shit. You may have noticed. In any full glory of life-threatening situation, stay true to the facts and true to purpose, and see that shit happening is nature's way of seeing if you are serious. Counting blessings. The more good I acknowledge, the luckier I get. Go ahead, count your blessings, but don't get too rational about it. Check out the real good inside you, the joy, warmth, tangible vitality, rather than the notional good, like the absence of war, lack of disease, or staying out of trouble. What's pissing you off? Don't look for it, it will turn up. When an upset does show itself, however, how about using it as a point of power rather than an opportunity to let off emotional steam? The temptation will be massive to complain or let rip, especially if you've been nursing the issue for years. Next time, for heaven's sakes, why not use the trouble with you, your anger, frustration, and bitterness, etc., as an opportunity to practice staying with the goodness in you? Locate the place of stillness and true beauty within and resist the urge to let them have it. You and all within range will benefit from your newfound ability to not make something of it. Total quality time. It's an outrageous proposition, isn't it? Preoccupied as we are in our Western world by quantity, i.e., amounts of time, work, and money as signs of progress and success, how could we possibly entertain the notion of total quality time? Is it possible to enjoy every moment of our lives? Sure it is, except when it's not. Put another way, it can't be done positively. It can happen only when you're not doing what doesn't let it happen. A valiant first step would be giving up treating your life as a means to an end, because the end is too late. From the sobering deathbed perspective, how much of your life would you like to have enjoyed? Only some of it? Beyond belief. Live what you believe, and you won't have to believe it anymore. Out of the word believe come the words be and live. Go on, be, live. Better than nothing. What's better than nothing? Nothing, perhaps, except a consciousness able to perceive it, just like yours. Are you a state? Here's the difference between a state and a condition. If a musical instrument is a state, then the individual or group notes are the conditions. You, through your physical bodily instrument, are a state too, a state of aliveness, poised in the midst of many possible conditions, good, bad, happy, sad, etc. Sometimes your body is tuned to the pure, unconditioned, and silent state of aliveness. More often than not, however, you experience familiar tunes or discord that play over and obscure the purity of your being. Can you be in that incredible state of pure potential? Switched on, yet not tuned in, loaded, yet not firing, amassed, yet not spent. Nothing personal. How about instead of taking things personally or not, why not just get rid of the person? I'm not talking about murder or suicide, simply the logic of removing a problem by removing its source and not its symptom. The hurt or offense is merely an effect of being personal. No person, no pain. How can you stop being a person? Just be. Be free. Let go. Pain arising equals getting personal. Just be free, let go. Be first. Being is everything. Doing is partial. For example, I can't do everything. Does the doing in your lifestyle serve the being that you are, or does your being get sacrificed daily to the living imperative? Human being is doing and therefore limited. Pure being transcends the human condition and is totally unlimited. Which do you put first? Do you want to be human or do you want to be pure? Look for trouble. Look for trouble and you'll find it. Have you ever noticed? Whatever you seek, you shall find. Real good. Some years ago, I bought some stickers bearing the slogans, "Something wonderful is about to happen," "Totally unlimited," and "Look for the good and praise it." At the time, a committed positive thinker, I embraced them, liking the last one especially. I looked for good things to congratulate. Having moved on from the folly of positive thinking, I still greatly admire that last slogan, but from an entirely new perspective. Nowadays, I look for the good in me. I don't mean any achievement of mine, but the essential, timeless goodness that lies beneath all my troubles. And when I find it, I praise it. Not praise in the complimentary sense, but as dynamic awe, devotion, and passion. It's there now in your body too. But are you? Fact or fiction? Fact equals events. Fiction equals your story about the events. What do you speak of? Not only to others, but more importantly to yourself. Stick to the facts in spite of your storyteller's license. Resist the urge to justify, blame, and complain. How to stop worrying. Honesty, action. Honesty, action. Honesty, action. Honesty, action. Or to put it another way, ha 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 ha. Measuring up. The universe is a big place, but it's okay. You'll grow into it. The gist. The gist, G-I-S-T, is the essence or substance of something. G-Y-S-T is getting your shit together. Getting your shit together or sorting your life out allows you to experience the gist or full glory of life, G-I-S-T. Conversely, any mess, complication, or problem in your life will skew your pure enjoyment by making you tense, emotional, or preoccupied. Get your shit together, man. Be clear about the facts of your life and take action wherever you are compromising or being sleazy. Take a heroic sword to those emotional dragons. Give yourself a clean break. There's some truth in the old saying, cleanliness is next to godliness. Face, focus, flow. If you are stuck or up against it, try the 3 Fs. Face, focus, flow. Take drowning, for example. When some years ago I realized I was about to die at sea, I faced the fact, focused on the solution, and flowed with my favored plan, 100%. It wasn't difficult under those circumstances, and it worked. I had no time to make decisions. I just took action inspired by my immediate and obvious circumstances. Must we be drowning before we can get truly intelligent? Here is the news. Beware the newsmakers, a small number of men and women who dominate the global airwaves with cynical ideas, opinions, and speculation presented as the truth. They make it up as they go along, news stories, and are heading for the ultimate headline. It's official, the end of the world, picture special. If you have a news habit and want up-to-the-minute bulletins, try this approach to the news where you are right now. Breaking news, look around you. Business news, look in your wallet. Weather, look out of the window. Traffic news, look out of the car window. Local news, look down the street. Good news, the good in you. Bad news, the worry and judgment in you. The solution to everything. Just be cause, not just because. The real you. Will the real you step forward? What is the real you anyway? Could it be you freed of unhappiness, ignorance? What are you ignoring? And worry? Might it be you with your conscious authority regained? Perhaps it's the you that can speak in any situation without fear of being overheard or challenged, because what's coming out is the truth. Your emotional pain, tension, and depression is caused by the real you trying to reveal itself. Are you ready to give that you some help? Now and Zen. Before enlightenment, chop wood whilst thinking about food, carry water whilst thinking about sex. After enlightenment, chop food, carry water, eat food, make love. Repeat. Back to front. In the void, on the other side, in the mirrored reflection of the world, everything is back to front. In the world, if you apply force like pushing the gas pedal, you get moving. In the void, the harder you push, the slower you go. Value. Life, a free gift if ever there was one. Living. Terms and conditions apply. The value of your investments may go up as well as down. What lasts? Your body? No. Your mind? Nope. Your life? No. Life itself? Yes. Life goes on, and yet nothing lasts. No thing lasts. Can you hear what I hear? Do you respond to the clamor of living or the whisper of life? The whisper is in the birdsong, the scent of a flower, or in the eyes of your beloved. The clamor is just about everywhere. And yet the whisper can be heard in the midst of the clamor, across a crowded room, on the trading floor, down the high street, and on the TV. Every now and then, the quality cuts through the quantity to let you know you are coming home. Heaven on earth. Why wait to die before going to heaven? The rules. The rules. Accept what you have, do what you have to do, and be all that you are. If these rules offend you, break them, but break them consciously and see the truth for yourself. You are the rules, and your life is the living proof. Psychological liquidation. Do you sense impending mental insolvency? Are you committed to outgoings of energy in your life far beyond your ability to meet them with any integrity? Are you finding it harder to honor what you know in your heart are compromises? Is the effort required to change yourself wearing you out and leaving you drained? Maybe the time has come for you to let it all go. No more compromise, no more change. All you have known can no longer serve your deepest longing to come back to the full glory of life. If you're ready to be free, you'll need to be free of all you have known. Welcome to the void. Don't give up. Just let go. Keep letting go. Look after the moment, and the life will take care of itself.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void were prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18 plus.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.